What's up, everybody? This is Love for the Streets, the ride along.
Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along? Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along?
Okay, everybody, so in today's episode, we're gonna be featuring this beautiful truck, and I'll let the owner introduce the truck to you.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Rigo, and this is my truck, Chaparrita, 2000 Silverado. That's right. What's up, Rigo?
All right, Doug, so let's take a little dip.
Let's go, man.
Let's do it.
Give it a good slam.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. It's, safety first, guys, safety first. So where are we at right now?
We're in Pacoima right now, man, San Fernando Valley.
That's right, that's right. So tell me a little bit about the truck, Doug. How long have you had it for?
Well, I've had the truck for a little bit over 2 years now, going on 3 years. Yeah,
It's tight, though.
not that long right now,
But it wasn't in the condition that it's in right now, obviously.
no, not at all. It needed quite some work when I got it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've been doing little here and there, you know.
That's tight. That's all. So what gave you the idea to fix it up the way it is right now? Because look, dog, like when I saw the truck, you know, you took it to the takeover, and then I seen you like at other, like, you know, picnics and stuff. Like, I know that what caught my attention was that the paint job it has, the murals, you know, the engraving. So to me, you know, coming from, you know, the lowrider scene, the background, you know, I like trucks too and everything myself, right? Of course, I like everything that's custom, you know. Pero it caught my attention because to me it looks, you know, kind of on the lowrider scene.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what we were trying to do at first, I was gonna go with the street look, you know, just a street truck. Mainly we went a different route, you know. Big shout out to Pete from Crazy's Customs. You know, it was basically his vision. I gave him a little bit of, hey, you know what, I want this, I want that. I saw a lot of the lowriders that he was already painting, and you know, I was like, hey Pete, you know what, this is what I'm trying to do something different. So you know, from right there, he introduced me to a lot of good people that he worked with, you know, a lot of the mural guys, stripers, engravers, you know. So little by little, we've been doing a lot of work to it, a lot of body work, engine work when I got it. So definitely,
so,
you know,
that helps out a lot. That way, when you have somebody that that helps you, like, you might tell him the idea, but he makes it happen, like, into like something, right? That helps out a lot, dog. And to a lot of, like, the builders, dog, a lot of them, they don't get a lot of the credit they deserve, dog, because a lot of times they're the ones that make it happen. And I know, like, sometimes you come up with ideas, dog, and you don't even have no idea how to make it happen, you know.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, well, like I said, this was first a build that I was just gonna, hey, let's just paint it gray, and that's that. After seeing a couple of cars, after going to a couple of shows, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. I've always been into lowriders, but you know, trucks is my thing. You know, I like trucks, so I was like, you know what, let's combine them. You know, we got the right group together to do everything on the truck, so you know, it came out pretty nice.
Is there something like a theme to the murals?
So the murals, basically, you know what, it's a little bit of me in the murals. You know, I got a lot of models that are already in the lowrider scene, so I was like, you know what, let's put them in there. You know, beautiful models, so let's put them in the truck. You know what I mean?
That's tight.
Yeah,
and so I know that gets a lot of attention, a lot of, I'm pretty sure some of the girls, they probably love, like, to see themselves, you know, airbrushed on somebody's car, right?
Yeah, mainly, you know, that was the thing, you know, about the murals and about the models and everything. You know, more attention to the truck. It gets out there a little bit more, you know. So yeah, it worked out.
So what are you running right now as far as like what do you have, airbags, right? Like your system. What do you have right now? Like
I have an airbag system, has a 4-link suspension on the truck. It has accurate air management system. You know, we got the old school lowrider switches on it.
Right.
So
you had to go with the feel, right?
Exactly. You know, most everybody knows it as a lowrider truck. So
yeah. So let me ask you this, Rigo. There's a question. Do you think that? Do you feel like you're in your lowrider? Like this is your version of what you want a lowrider as?
Yeah. Basically, you know what? I wanted something different. I don't want something, you know, a truck that's just lowered on some wheels. I wanted something different, and definitely with the wide body that the truck has, it gets another, you know, it gets a different view. A bit more people. It's like, wow.
Honestly, dog, like it catches your attention.
It does. It really does.
It stands out from like a lot of like the truck scene, you know, and with the no quemaca, you know. So you know that, I mean, me, you know, I love it. I love when people come out, no matter if they're driving a Honda or they're driving, you know, a lifted truck or a 57 or whatever. Like, to me, I see it like it's something for us as like the car guys, like for us to be able to enjoy it, you know. So when I seen this truck, I was like, damn, dog, like that's tight. Like I like the leafing, the, you know, the graphics, you know, the way the patterns are, you know. And to me, it's like saying like paying like respect, you know, to like the lowrider scene, or like what came before, like the people that did this before, you know. Exactly. Do you think that you'll ever build a lowrider?
You know what, that's my next thing, you know. After I've been telling my wife, after I'm finished building Chaparrita, you know what, my next thing is the lowrider, you know, maybe a G-body or something like that.
Yeah. Something, keep it, you know, something simple, but that's side, dog. And you ever expect, like you say, like you started off like a street truck, you expected it? Did you ever say like, damn, I'm gonna get to that point? Like,
no, never. You know what, it was after a couple of shows, you know, the takeover show that I went to, that really inspired me. I seen a lot of vehicles and you know, the different paint jobs it had, and you know what, I went back to my boy Pete, and I was like, you know what, Pete, we need to do more to this. So you know what, he he got down, he did his thing on it, you know, something he does good. That's so dope, good turnout.
I like that. Those are the good, like the good homies to have, dog. Because it's like me myself, like we had a lot of input, like from my family, from my uncles, you know, and they always gave us that idea, like build whatever you want, but just, you know, stand out, you know, make it yours, you know, like unique. Unique, exactly. So your pienso, way, like I think that's one thing, is like I feel like if maybe your truck is what's bridging the gap, you know, like there's like a gap between the traditional lowriders and then the truck scene, and you're kind of in between, you know. You're able to say, hey, you know, like también aquí hay, you know, like we have something custom out here too, you know. That's tied down. So you've been in the car scene for a while?
Not really, you know what, before having this truck I did have a custom Scion XB, you know, but this was just something that I went all out, you know what, I'm gonna complete it, and I'm making something unique, something different.
Do you think it's done?
No, not at all, man. We still got quite a few things to do, you know, as far as audio, you know, something to the bed, we still got quite a few things. I'd say it's about 80% done right now at this point.
Alright. It's like, cause you know, like some guys, they say, yeah, it's done, and then later on I see that they repainted it, they did the interior again, you know. So a lot of times, like they say, it's not done, dude. Like no matter what you say, you know, it's not done.
No, I mean, there's always something, you know what, you're gonna look at your car and you're gonna be like, damn, you know what, I'm missing this, or I'm gonna change this. And that happened a lot with me, man. I'm pretty sure I was driving my boy crazy, because I was like, hey, you know what, let's do this, you know what, never mind, let's add this to it, you know what. But that's just how it was. It was my first full-on build, so so I had a lot of changing my mind most of the time, but you know, like I said, we got cool people working on it, so it worked out really good.
Who did the interior for you?
My interior, it was Eddie from Backyard Customs out in San Bernardino. You know, good guy, he's well known in the truck scene. So
And what is it, what is your thing to do on the weekends? Like take a little drive here, take it to shows and stuff, like that's kind of like your...
Yeah, you know what, when there's a show to hit, you know, I always hit it. I live in Palmdale, so you know what, I always got to do that little drive to go get out there. But yeah, you know what? I like the cruise nights. You know, if I come down to the valley, if I can do it, that's my main thing to do. I love coming to the valley.
Picnics and
cruise
stuff.
night. Exactly. Yeah. So
why have a car? Why have a car if you don't even take it out? Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Like, it's like having a piece of furniture and just having it there at your house, like an expensive piece of furniture. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah, man.
That's tight, man. Pues, está bien, you know, I like that your attitude about the car scene, right? Like, that's the main thing is for us to, you know, keep the culture alive, you know, like ahorita seguimos, it's us and then the next people that come along, you know. Y es para que ellos tengan algo to like, for them to have something to inspire to have, you know, like your truck is gonna inspire the next generation, you know. What's the farthest that you've ever gone with your truck, like to a show or to like an event?
I think the furthest show that I've been to from where I stay at is Anaheim Good Guys' show.
Oh, yeah?
The Takeover.
All right.
That's
Pero lo bueno como de Palmdale que te queda like closer, like to go up to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Like, cause you're like, you know, like
I'm somewhat in the middle of them.
Yeah. You ever go like to like the IE? Have you ever gone out of state?
Not out of state, not yet.
So that's one of the to-do things.
That's my to-do thing. Once it's complete, then you know, I plan to hit those shows out there. You know, definitely Houston, Texas is one of the biggest shows out there that I want to hit.
Oh yeah, though. Houston does it heavy, though.
Yeah, it's big in trucks out there. You know, especially when it comes to trucks, it's big.
They really do it. Let me ask you this way: what is your opinion on the whole controversy with built not bought and bought not built? You know a little bit about that, right? Like guys that buy cars already built, or guys that say, well, I built my own, you know. You think that there's does it really matter, you know? Because, you know, my opinion is this: whatever your pockets, you gotta do whatever your pockets allow you to do.
Exactly.
Some people have the money to buy a car and built already. Some people don't. Some people have the patience to wait for the upholstery, for the painter, whatever, you know. But there's always gonna be a little controversy, you know. And I always ask people like this, like in you know, I ask the people like, what is it? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, to me, you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, if you buy the car is yours, you know. But to me, it's like, if you buy a car, as long as you can do something to put your taste into it.
Yeah, all right.
You know what? Like my truck, I bought it. It had quite a few work done. It needed a lot, but it had something done. And what caught my attention was the wide body. You know what? After I seen the wide body, then I was like, okay, you know what? This is something unique. This is something that can be taken up a bit. So to me, it's like, you know what? Like you said, everybody has their own budget to work with. You know, some have the money to buy the car that's already fully built and let's go. Others, you know what, little by little, you know what, I'm gonna do the paint, I'm gonna do some wheels on it. But to me, at the end of the day, at the car, if you buy it built already, as long as you can put your own thing into it, then
your own taste, your own flavor,
then that's what's up with me.
And then that's another thing that, like, you know, and I my props to people that build cars, you know, frame off and all that, props, dog. But I think that a lot of people don't have that patience, you know. They don't have a patience for the car to sit 3, 4, 5 years, you know. Like, you know, people want to roll, you know. They want to get in their car, they want to turn it on and go. So I think that maybe there should be like a rule to say, at least in your career, you know, or in the scene, you know, when you were in the scene, you at least built one car. Like you have one build under your belt. You know, so you say a lot of people don't they've never built a car, and they've always, like, you know, they've always you want to give them a donation? Here you go, bro.
I appreciate that very much. Y'all are one of the best.
All right, man.
Beautiful truck, bro.
Thank you, man. I try to, you know what I mean, like for the funerals, dog, like I know sometimes it's a struggle, dog, you know what I mean? So especially like sometimes you don't have the money, dog, you know, and sometimes people are not prepared for like to bury people, you know. So I try to at least donate some people, you know.
Oh yeah, that's something I respect highly about you guys. You know what, I always see you guys doing a lot.
We try, you know. We try. I wish, honestly, dog, you know, I know if I'm happy, I'm blessed, you know, to say like we have a place to sleep, you know, we have things like that, you know, food and everything. But sometimes I wish, like, if I could be a millionaire, Yeah, I mean, I'll
Why
probably,
not, huh?
you know what I mean? I'll probably spend it on stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We try at least, dog, and that's one thing that, you know, my mom taught us that, you know?
Yeah, no. Big respect for that, man. I noticed Love for the Streets doing a lot of good work, you know, for people out there. So that's dope, man.
Yeah, wait, so, I mean, yo pienso como like the whole thing with the bought not build and all that, like, it's always going to be a controversy, you know, and I think it's like, in the car scene, it creates division, you know, and I think it's sad because, shit, I'm just glad to see cars out here, and, you know what I mean, like, and not so much like the shows, like, the shows to me is something extra, right, but I feel like if, you know, seeing them out and about, you know, like, taking a drive, you know, like, me, you know, being here and just watching you, you know, in your truck drive by, like, damn, that's dope, you know, like, even if it's for a split second, like, I love that, you know. So I don't care as long as I get to see something, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, it's all about having a good time. That's what I say, man. It's always dope to score on the show, you know what? But to me, it's all about having a good time, you know.
That's the main thing, though. But let me ask you this way: when you're cruising, what is the music that you like to listen to?
And you know what? You can't go wrong with some Chalino, you know.
Oh yeah, no.
You can't go wrong with some Chalino. You know what? I'm a fan of the hip hop too, but when it comes to corridos and stuff, that's my thing right there.
That's time.
Yeah.
And you know, though, that music plays a big part of. It goes hand in hand with the car.
Oh yeah, with your car, yeah.
So it's like this, that, like, you know, some of us have rituals, you know, where they get in the car, and I won't leave until that song that I like, the perfect song. Then I put it in, you know, I put it in reverse. Yeah. So that's how, like, a lot of people. That's why I ask people, like, you know, what is your go-to song, you know, your go-to playlist, you know?
Yeah, man, a little bit of the new school, you know, but mainly I like to stick to the old schools, you know, Chalino, Los Cadetes.
Old school's forever, dog.
Exactly.
You can never replace that, dog.
Yeah.
You can never replace that, and that's what you grew up with, and even if you didn't grow up with it, you're able to appreciate it, you know?
Exactly.
That's tight, dog. You like that when you're driving around, people like say what's up, or they give you a thumbs up?
All the time, man.
It's like a high, but
it's a good feeling, bro. It's a good feeling, you know, like, you know, people pass by all the time, you know, give you a thumbs up, you know, to record your car, take pictures. That's a dope feeling.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Hopefully we see Rigo one day in a Jeep body, an Impala or something, though, you know.
Coming soon, man. Coming soon.
Yeah, hopefully, bro.
Yeah.
So like people look at it, it's a head turner, is what it is, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
So anybody you want to shout out, dog? Like,
you know what? Big shout out to my wife. You know what? She's been a big supporter. Crazy's Customs, he made all this happen. Mr. Joe 83 with my murals, Chavo's pinstriping, Barbas engraving. You know what? Dope group to work with. That's definitely.
Yeah. You gotta shout out the people that make things happen, you know? Or that are patient with you while you're at the shop. You're you know, getting it ready, cleaning it.
Exactly.
That's one thing I love to see too, dog. That when the family's a big part of, you know, people's build and people's lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. You know,
like the kids, you know.
You gotta have the support behind it.
Like us, we try to keep it family with us, you know.
Yeah.
My jefita, my kids, my sister, everybody. You know, we try to keep it like, hey, this is all for us. It's a company that we have, and it's our business, family thing, you know. We don't have no corporations, none of that. No. What kind of wheels do you have, though?
I have billets right now, some US Mac 26s.
26s?
Yeah.
Would you ever go higher, bigger than that?
I was planning on going 28s on it too. It has the space for it, so maybe that'll be something that I add on next to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you like the chrome look?
Yeah, I like the chrome look. I've always been a fan of the chrome look too.
Yeah. I think chrome is good. Like, and honestly though, like your truck, like the colors it has, like you could put a little bit of gold here and there.
Yeah.
But not because of the colors, it goes with it.
Exactly.
But I like the chrome because it's like fancy. It's like, you know? And what I mean is, like, you know, they have that polished.
Yeah.
Or you could paint, you know, the rim or powder coat them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So when you stayed out here and well, you grew up around here, right?
Yeah, I grew up in McCormick.
So when you lived up here, out here, where was the place to like go?
Oh man, the canyon, bro. It was always the canyon. Yeah, Darren Canyon was always the place.
All right, so there you have it. Thank you, Rigo, for taking us around right here in the valley.
Appreciate you.
You have a beautiful truck, and I can't wait to see what comes next with this truck.
Definitely, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you. All right, guys, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the video. Stay tuned for next week because we're gonna feature another beautiful whip. And thank you, guys. What got you into lowriding, though? Like,
oh man, it's just, you know, it's been a long, lifelong dream of mine to be able to own one of these cars since I was little. You know, I grew up in Little Village in 26th Street out here in the south side of Chicago.
That's right.
And I had my uncles. They were one of the first guys to have lowriders around these areas.
Right.
And you know, he would take me for a cruise. He would make me clean his rims, count his spokes, and once I did that, he would take me for a cruise. And I'll never forget the first time I fell in love with a lowrider was when he hit the switches, man.
Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we own. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along? Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we own. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along?